Somebody had told me about that Belgian place. The guy Steven that I met at that cafe just down the street. He said, "Oh, it's a little card that this woman sell, and they're from Belgium, and they're leaving tomorrow to go back to Belgium for 3 weeks. But I bought a bunch of chocolate stuff, sourdough whole wheat bread, everything for $8. Figure I can put it in the freezer and freeze some of it. Have the little chocolate ones for dessert or with my mate in the afternoon. So much more quality stuff here. Oh, you know, it's like I'm settling in, and at the same time I'm feeling like I'm rushing around like a madman because I had to move, you know, have to translate stuff, have to find a tuk-tuk, which normally would be like a piece of cake for me to do all that stuff. But with the language barrier and not being able to call anybody ahead of time, it's like, oh my God. But it's getting easier. But now it's like, okay, I got my house put together, and in 2 days I go to Hanoi. So I have to go through that whole thing again, taking a tuk-tuk all the way to the border, and then a bus, and then the airport, and then go to the hotel, which I still haven't booked. And I realized I made a mistake. Well, not a mistake, but I get in on the 3rd at 8 o'clock in the evening to Hanoi at the airport. Have to go to my hotel, and then I have to be at the Argentine consulate by 10:30 in the morning. So I won't be resting or relaxing too much. But then once that's done, then I can go ahead and just check out Hanoi for a couple of days. I come back on the 6th, so won't have too much time, but that's fine. I just want to be done moving around and running around. I mean, this is something that's exciting with the passport because it's been 2 years in the making. But I should have gone directly from Nha Trang there, but I didn't. But now, I'm going now. Oh. Things are beginning to open up. 6 in the morning, 6:30 now. By the time I'm done, I can go to the other market to buy eggs and vegetables. There's a bus tour. All the tourists come here to look at the river and the sea lion. In Da Nang, they had a dragon. In Nha Trang, they had some other thing, I can't remember. Oh, in Kep, they have a crab out there in a little island like this. It's getting warmer now. It's not hot, but it's getting warmer. But that's perfect though. I'm a morning person, so go out, do stuff first thing in the morning, be back home by 10 or 11, watch a little TV, take a nap. It's perfecto. I'm not sure why they all come to take a picture from here. I mean, it's beautiful, but it's funny. They set up, have breakfast sitting on the ground next to streets. Oh, they're selling pictures. That's what it is. Well, today it's not a long walk, but it's a start. Yesterday I was running around doing this, doing that. What did I do yesterday? putting stuff away in the house. Oh yeah, I went to the market, the meat market, but then it started raining on the way back. That's one nice thing, even when it rains, you get wet, but it's not cold rain, so you just get wet. It's like you're taking a shower while driving. I remember in Thailand one time, I went to get my motorcycle. It started raining on the way back, and the street that we had to go on, it was like an expressway, 3 lanes, and we were in the middle lane. Literally there was about a foot of water, so I wasn't going very fast, and I felt like I was in a freaking car wash. The wave from the front of the bike was getting my legs wet, and the cars, they were just going by quicker, so I was getting a wave all the way up to the shoulders from either side. I felt like I was in a car wash, and the water was warm, but it was filthy from being on the street, oil and everything else. So I mean, I was wet up the wazoo, basically. I've never been in such rain. Well, not rain really, because it had stopped raining, but the street was flooded. But it was nice to get the bike home. Today, coming here along the coastal road, there's a road that comes into it that's fairly busy. So I get on the inside lane closer to the middle of the road, just in case. And there's this woman that comes around the curve, steering the motorcycle with one hand, holding a baby that couldn't have been more than 6 or 8 months old, with just a diaper in her hand and her shoulder, driving around the corner. I thought, oh man. I mean, if you did that in the US, they'd take you in for child endangerment and everything else. Take your kid away and put you in jail or fine you thousands of dollars. Here, it's like normal. It's like absolutely normal. And if you come here expecting that things are much different, you'll enjoy it a lot more. If on the other hand, you expect things to go like the United States, that ain't gonna happen. Case in point, my installation from the first company took 3 tries and they never came. And then they came after it was canceled. The other company came, hooked it all up. I asked them if they had a couple of zip ties that they could give me, and they said no. Oh, okay, well, that's fine. And I had prepared a little plate of salami and cheese and crackers for them to have some snack while they were working, because they were there for a good 2 hours. So they were happy about that, and then when they left, they handed me like 8 or 10 zip ties, which is great. So, and everybody smiles. That's the thing. I keep saying that, but they all smile this genuine smile with not just their mouths, but their eyes and everything. And that is very cool. And I really enjoy that. It warms my heart. And since I've been here, I've met 2 guys. One, I met him while going shopping when I was living in Kep. I came, and he's come to my house. We visited for a couple hours. I've gone to his house, visited for an hour there. We chat. The other guy, we were going to go out, but then he was leaving to go out of town for a little bit up the river. So, haven't seen him yet, but that's 2 more people in the first week that I met in 2 months in Kep. I mean, I met a couple of people, but they were much younger, and they were busy working and whatnot. I'm finding Kampat much, much nicer. I mean, the people are nice, just like they were in Kep. Don't get me wrong. Haven't met any women to date, but that will all come in its due time. I did have a friend of mine who suggested this girl to me, and it turns out she lives in Phnom Penh. I don't know how to pronounce it right. And she's willing to come to meet me, if I pay for her bus, obviously, I said, well, I stay with you. My parents take care of my kids. She's got 2 kids. She's 31. I go, why would you want to go out with an old man? She goes, well, I like older men. But of course, it's always like, well, how much money are you willing to give me to take care of my kids while I come? And I don't want to say it's prostitution, but it's about as close as you can get. And I am diametrically opposed to that whole thing. I used to work with dancers and whatnot, training them to get a real job in life for the state and the city of Portland. So the idea of going out with a prostitute somehow. But here, not just the prostitution side, but the idea that women go out with older men, it's ingrained in the culture. This guy I know who's a YouTube, I think I mentioned him before, this 20-year-old girl, he was friends with her parents who own the coffee shop where he hangs out and makes his YouTubes. And they're the ones that pushed him into dating their daughter. And he's like, I'm 60 years old and here the parents are telling me that my daughter or their daughter wants to go out with me. And I'm like, what? Nah. But it's very common here, which is really strange. In Argentina, it's not quite as blatant, but a lot of women go out, younger women go out with older men. And there's something to be said for older men. We know more, we're more stable, we're not so stupid. I've known a lot of women in my life and a lot of lesbian women, and they all tell me the same thing. It's like men are idiots for the most part. They don't talk about their feelings, they don't know anything about that kind of stuff, and they get so tired of dealing with stupid men that they turn to women. Not all of them. Some of them just like women, period. But I look at some of the stuff that some women put up with, and I'm like, oh my God. But here is not that way at all, but it is. It's for a different reason. It's economic reason. Here, I think if somebody makes $1,000 a month, that's like, some people make a lot of money here, don't get me wrong. But for the most part, I think the average wage is like $200, $300, $400 a month. So for someone that can provide a home, clothes, food, and help the family, that's a huge thing. And I forget the guy, there's a scale where before you can work on self-realization, you have to be able to eat and sleep somewhere and, clothe yourself. And then once that's done, then you can go to self-realization and self-visualization and awareness and become one with the world. And here, so many people are so poor that they're still working on the eating and feeding themselves and taking care of their kids. And really, I'm not judging. I just don't want to be part of that. But I prostituted myself plenty for an income, for a job that I didn't like, or a place to work that wasn't my cup of tea. That's why I mostly work for myself. But to work for yourself, you either have to have some backing or work like a dog for no money for a while until things get off the ground. And a lot of women work here having little stands, whether they sell pancakes or clothes or fruit or vegetables or whatever. But it's a fairly normal thing. And I know a lot of people have told me that in Vietnam and here, the women are the foundation of the family. The man is the man in the house, if you will. But I see a lot of women working their butts off and the husband just sitting there having a coffee. I noticed that in the hotel and in the little beer place in the front. So it's definitely very different. They're hard workers, that's for sure. Me, it's about as hard as it gets. walking along the beach with my baked goods. So that's my perspective on things so far. I'm loving Cambodia. I think Kampot is just about my speed. Big enough to have accoutrements and wonderful things to access, and yet live in the country and walk along the river in a very relaxed way. Feel totally safe. So I have a friend of my daughter who is about my daughter's age, 35, 40. I'm black. And she was asking me, well, how do they treat black people over there in Asia? I said, well, I watch a lot of videos and they all say the same thing. They felt a lot more free here than they ever did in the United States. There's a lot less prejudice, if any. And they feel totally safe walking the streets at night. The United States, I mean, I was a taxi driver who worked from 4 in the morning, and there were neighborhoods that I wouldn't go in with a cab, never mind walking along as a single woman. So things are a lot better saying, here, nobody has a gun. Most of the police don't carry guns. So it's a whole different thing. One of the things that I'm amazed at, and I think it's wonderful, absolutely wonderful, is that all the males have to go live in a monastery, become a monk for a period of time, whether it's 3 months or a year. And that shows in their demeanor in dealing with the public, with life in general. That's a wonderful thing. Well, here's my motorcycle, so we're gonna end this and go to the market.